thing that they won't tell you. They believe that when you finish this great work, and what the great work is combining and merging, synthesizing all opposites into one whole. And they believe that when you complete this great work, that you'll achieve apotheosis, that man will become God. And even that in and of itself is the same dualism that we were just talking about. God and man are complete opposites, and that's what they're trying to achieve with the great work. They're trying to merge the two and make them one. But the crazy thing is how they actually plan to accomplish all this. And you have to view it through the eyes of Gnosticism, because like I said, they're Gnostics. And what Gnostics believe is the physical realm is actually just a construct. It's not the real realm. There's actually a realm above it filled with gods and goddesses. And the lowest of all the gods and goddesses, Sophia, created the demiurge. And demiurge means the creator. The demiurge is the one who created this construct, the physical realm. And they would say that he is the God of the Old Testament. And they would say also that he's a deceiver. He's trying to deceive mankind into believing that he's the only God. And actually, the Gnostics would say there are many gods and goddesses above him. And actually, there's another realm beyond the pleroma, or the source God. I wouldn't even call him God because he's not a person. He's actually just a force.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Anakin, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you, Master.
May the Force be with you both.
May the Force be with you, Master.
May the Force be with you.
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 May the Force be with us.
May the Force be with you.
And may the Force be with us.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be... You know I've said it enough.
May the Force be with you always.
And essentially everything comes out from him. All those gods and goddesses down the line come from him. What they believe about the demiurge, though, is that he's dualistic in and of himself. He's composed of opposites. He's chaos and order. He's both evil and good. And so they'll view this one whole demiurge as if he consists of these two opposing forces, and the one side would be evil and order, which order to them is kind of a negative thing, and they view it as kind of a breach of nature, of the natural way of things. And then you have the good and chaotic side.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom. But a king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
Vicky anoints the head of Simba at the start of the movie. And actually, they're very, very clever with these things, because not only does he anoint the head, because what he anoints the head with, actually, it shows a very brief second, subliminal, that he's cracking open the sun. Just take a look at it. It's in the first while of the first 10-20 minutes of The Lion King. He breaks open, gets the oil, the anointing out of that. And to cut a long story short, they believe Simba's dead. He ends up in a barren land with Timon and Pumbaa. Then there's water in the barren land. He grows up and returns as the promised one.
Simba? He's alive. He's alive. It is time.
Right, so the reason I'm covering this really is not just to expose that this movie is full of occult symbolism and satanic ritualistic magic and indoctrination of young children. We already know that. That's just a given, unfortunately, now. We're accepting that that is the standard. But this has got some really interesting clues as to the elitist plan and how they work with the Hegelian dialectic, which is just the same thing again. Scar is that Satan, evil dragon, and Simba, or the Lion King side, is the golden. Both the same beast. Obviously, they're all lions, they're all beasts, right? So they're both the same beast, and often you'll see Scar attributed with the moon in it. At some points he's like the capstone with the moon behind him, and then you'll get the other side, which is the sun. So it's just 69. It's infinity. It's all part of the same beast, and that is the trick. That's one of the biggest tricks in the book. If you can understand that, you understand their methodology. So this whole thing is a completely Hegelian battle, and something that really woke me up whilst watching The Lion King the other night is exactly the method they are using to deceive people, even the truth movement. And what they're doing is they want people to think that the New World Order is satanic. Now, I'm going to redefine what I just said there, because that may sound very strange to you, but I believe this is the truth. They want you and the masses to believe that this system needs to be disbanded. This system is wicked, which it is anyway, of course, but it's Hegelian. So Scar is, I'll show you in a second, is in his song Be Prepared. He is singing about this New World Order and posing as a Hitler-type figure with Nazi soldiers, and that's what they want you to think. They want you, this is why the controlled truth movement are pushing and pushing and pushing, saying this is satanic. The elite are satanic. They are evil. This system is evil. Why is that? Because they want you to accept the sun, as in the Lion King, as in Lucifer, as opposed to Satan, the false love and the false peace. They want you to root for whatever good comes along to defeat this evil system. So at this stage in the game, it's the externalization of the hierarchy. They want you to know that they are satanic and that this whole thing is satanic, because the so-called Messiah, which is the false Messiah, the false Jesus, will come along at whatever stage of the game that happens. That figure will come along and say, look, here's the answer. Peace, unity, love. But it's the same thing. There's many in the New Age movement who think the Golden Age is a good thing. This is, listen, New Age. Think about it, New Age. This is what the New World Order is. It is the New Age. You're just playing into the Luciferian lie. It's Satan versus Lucifer, black versus white. It's like the alchemy of it. They want to turn lead into gold. The black cube, lead, to the gold cube. It's the defeat of the dragon by the false Jesus. This is what this is. This is what's happening. They want you to think that by the onset of this New Age love, world unity, they want you to think that that is the victory over Satan. But it's not. Satan is a masquerader as light. So it's literally just the defeating of the black by the white, but it's the same beast. Christ is the only way out. The real Christ. The one who was sacrificed on the cross and died for our sins over 2,000 years ago. He is the truth. Their false Jesus, Sananda, the Maitreya, every religion across this world is going to accept Sananda, the Antichrist, the false New Age Jesus, as being a defeat of the dragon. But it isn't. In fact, love shall be the whole of the law, Crowley. Love shall be the whole of the law. But if you stand against their wickedness or their plans or their agenda, you will be seen as a terrorist or disrupting the only hope we have of true peace on earth. If you don't love their plan and their ideologies, Luciferian ideologies, then you will be seen as the one not loving, and you will be put to death. And that is not true love. There is no true love of this world. In this world is complete deception. So as I said, this has been in our faces for ever so long. There's a clip that they removed from The Lion King that was a pilot that didn't make it into the final thing. And Scar even sings of the golden age. Listen here.
Didn't you hear me?
No.
Take her away. I am the king. You must do as I say. Ah, so that's the game, eh? Mutiny. Ah, insurrection. Fine. Have it your own way. I don't require your respect, only your obedience. It's time you were all introduced to your ruler's executive staff. Perhaps not the kind you've been used to, but certainly game for a laugh.
We'd like to assure you no fooling. Red meat is no longer our scene. And if now and then we're seen drooling, it's only an ancestor's gene.
So prepare for a glorious future. Be prepared for the bright golden age.
So maybe they took that out because, the golden age was actually of the other side, of Mufasa, Simba's side. I don't know why they took it out, but it's pretty blatant. So anyway, he's singing about the same thing. It's the same beast, right? So what's he singing in Be Prepared? Remember, this is the dragon. This is the negative. This is Satan. This is the one they want you to hate in order to bring about the false peace. So prepare for the chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for sensational news. A shining new era is tiptoeing nearer. Where do we feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared. Be prepared. I will be king. Stick with me and you'll never go hungry again. Sounds like the Mark of the Beast right there, right? Listen to what else he says here. It's great that we'll soon be connected with a king who'll be all-time adored. Of course, quid pro quo, you're expected to take certain duties on board. The future is littered with prizes, and though I'm the main addressee, the point that I must emphasise is you won't get a sniff without me. So, right, and this is where it gets really, really blatant, okay? Remember, this is the same beast, but they want you to think that this one's evil and the Messiah, the false Messiah, is good, but it's the same system. It's still the New World Order. It's still the golden age of Saturn. So, prepare for the coup of the century. Be prepared for the murkiest scam. Meticulous planning, tenacity spanning, decades of denial by the people is simply why I'll be king, undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the wonder I am. Yes, my teeth and ambitions are bared. Be prepared. They literally brag about these things all over. And if you put your hope in the world, in the plus or minus of this world, you are still trapped within the flesh of this world. Everything that we do, if it wasn't for the Father who loves us and came to this reality, this fallen reality, in the man of Jesus Christ, his Son, his only begotten Son, we would have no hope.